Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple of stocks that I've been looking at and I have also been buying. And these are definitely not value stocks. So these are either growth stocks or just companies that I think are just in general have a lot of potential and are gonna make you a lot of money. Okay, so if you like this content, make sure you smash that like button. Um, but before I ask you to do that, I'm going to give you a lowdown of all the stocks that I have been eyeing and I think is a really great time to buy today. Okay, so just without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it. Okay, so the first stock ticker is BMBL, so Bumble. Okay, so Bumble is a dating app that has just grown phenomenally in the last year, and just yesterday actually it went down 19%, just because the users actually went down a little bit. But as I was looking at some of the financials, their revenue is approximately still pretty much the same. They've made quite a bit of money. Their EBITDA, which is just basically shows you how much their profit is still growing at a pretty healthy rate. And so I personally think this market reaction to the number of users going down a little bit is overreacted. So I do think, Bumble is a buy today. And if you look at the chart, Bumble hasn't been around for a long time. It just came out really earlier this year, and so it came out in February. Started trading at $75.46, and pretty much has been trading for the most part pretty sideways, range around $50 to $50, with low $40, 40 something dollars. And as of yesterday, it went down to 38.56. I think this is definitely a buy. What I did also was I personally sold the put credit spread. I sold the put credit spread, basically earning me $325 and with a collateral of $500. And to me, that was a great deal because usually, if you collect that much credit on that kind of collateral, that's a really great deal. Okay, so Bumble, I think today is a buy. Okay, so second stock ticker is PYPL. Okay, so PYPL is PayPal. And if you look at the PayPal charts, it's been, for the most part, also trading pretty relatively sideways, but going up with a high of around $300, in July 19th, 2021. And as of today, it's down to $202. It dropped 10% 2 days ago. And so right now, P ratio is at 48. So this is still considered not a super cheap stock, or not a cheap stock in all means. But if you take a look at some of the financials, PayPal is definitely growing at a healthy rate. Okay, look at the revenue, still growing even as of this year. And the number of users I was researching has gone up quite a bit for PayPal. So PayPal is still a rapidly growing company. If you take a look at some of there's some of their numbers in terms of revenue, their balance sheet. Look at that. The total assets has grown significantly in the last year, and their cash flow is more or less pretty much the same, but they do have plenty of cash to weather the storm. So I definitely do think PayPal is a buy today. It's a stock that I think is going to grow quite a bit in the next couple years. And again, a lot of these are really long term holds. So the longer you hold, I think the more profit you'll realize. But these are stocks that I would definitely buy, that I have bought as of today. Okay, so the next stock ticker is NVCR, so Novacure. Okay, Novacure has jumped up as of yesterday, but look at the 1 year chart. Okay, so it's just been down really quite a bit. I started buying Novacure actually earlier this year, and unfortunately, it's continuing gone down. So I've actually lost a bit of money in Novacure, but that's just how things are sometimes. So if you take a look at some of the financials, Novacare, there's so much in the pipeline for cancer. So they're researching. They're basically had gotten FDA approval for a brain cancer treatment, and their revenue is continuing to grow every year. Look at that. So I think, if you look at the Abita, they're starting to profit, right? For the first time, they're starting to profit, but people just weren't buying it for throughout the year. They were like, well, I don't know if Novacure is going to make a significant profit. And so there wasn't a lot of action going upwards. In fact, a lot of sell offs. But if you take a look at sort of the operating cash flow, it's still pretty healthy. They still have plenty of cash. They have a lot more cash than even last year as of December 30, 2020. So I think, Novacure definitely is a buy as of right now. I think it's going to continue to go up. And they have really great deals with put credit spreads. But if you want to just outright buy stocks or leap options, I think those would all be a great option to go with. Okay, so that's Novacure. Okay, the next stock ticker is PUBM, so Pubmatic. Okay, so Pubmatic is a technology company specializing in advertising. And look at this, Pubmatic has just gone crazy the last couple of days. I think it went up 30% just in 3 days. And so, yeah, I think there's still a lot more room to run. It's a new company, but there's so much growth potential for these companies that specialize in online advertising. If you take a look at some of their financials, just in the last year, their revenue has continued to grow. And, even though this is relatively new on the market, look at that. Their profit has gone up quite a bit. If you look at their charts, um, this is the Bollinger Band, so this is a decent time to buy. Despite the stock just going up pretty significantly after just 3 days. Okay, so I do think Pubmatic is definitely a buy today, and these are growth stocks that I'm looking at, and I'm keeping an eye out on, and also buying myself. Okay, next stock ticker is SAIL, SailPoint. Okay, SailPoint Technologies. Okay, SailPoint Technologies is growing also at a rapid rate. If you look at their financials, their revenue has continued gone up, and even though they're still profiting, they're operating off of a loss. I do think this is a company that is going to continue to grow in the next 10 years. They do have a market cap of $5.49 billion. And they basically work with just governance of data access. Okay, so I actually don't really know what that means, but I love the fundamentals. I like a lot of their their growth prospects, and so yeah. So SailPoint is another company that I'm looking at. Okay, the last stock ticker is a stock ticker U. Okay, Unity Software. Okay, so Unity Software has gone up quite a bit also in the last couple days. If you take a look at some of the financials, their revenue is growing quite a bit in this past year. If you look at they're not profitable yet, but I think this is a company that you definitely want to have in your portfolio in the next 5 years. They basically develop video games. Okay, they're based out of San Francisco. It was founded in Denmark. And so it's a great company to look at. They do have a huge market cap of $51 billion. And if you take a look at the charts, right, the last year, it's been pretty much trading sideways, but also going up slowly in the last couple months. And it popped up really just in the last month, but I do think there's still a lot more room to buy Unity Software. Let me know what you think about these high growth stocks that I'm buying. I'm not buying a whole lot just because generally I'm staying on a little more on the cautious side in case of any kind of correction. But I do think these stocks are great to have. for long term. So I'm starting to buy, and yeah. Again, if you like this content, if you want me to make more videos, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below. Until next time, guys, I will see you then.